Ever since AJ got knocked out in dramatic fashion by Daniel Dubois in September, I was thinking to myself, what's AJ gonna do? And then he came out the next day with this video talking about, I'm not retiring, I've still got hunger and blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying, AJ, man, come on, my brother. You don't need to do this no more. You've made a nice fortune and you've got a management company. You've got stuff going on outside of boxing. Why not just retire now? You have nothing to prove to anyone, anywhere. And you've done your family and your people proud. Do your thing. Walk away from the sport, head held high, faculties intact. Be a winner in that sense. But no, he's talking about he wants to come back. And then I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing that the potential rematch has to be pushed back because of all this injury situation that Anthony Joshua's going through. And I'm like, bro, you're injured and all of this stuff. Like, it's just not necessary anymore. Get healed up from these injuries and then go back and pursue this world title fight again. Like, there's no need, in my opinion. But that's my humble opinion. It's got nothing to do with me, what Anthony Joshua does himself. Looking through the news, and I come across this article on Great Britain News, where Eddie Hearn must have had an interview somewhere and they're reporting on what Eddie Hearn says. Eddie Hearn drops huge Anthony Joshua retirement hint after Daniel Dubois boxing rematch pushed back. Eddie Hearn has hinted Anthony Joshua could retire from boxing within the next year after his bout with Daniel Dubois was pushed back. AJ lost to his fellow Briton in September, with Dubois powering his way to a sensational knockout triumph. Joshua and Dubois had been on course for a rematch in February. However, their showdown has been pushed back after AJ was advised against returning to the ring amid some minor injuries he's currently suffering from. Joshua previously dismissed calls for him to retire after one of the worst defeats of his career, but Hearn has hinted the 35-year-old may not have too much left in the tank after a grueling career so far. This could be Joshua's last year in the sport, the boxing promoter told The Times. When asked about the Dubois rematch, Hearn told DAZN, it could be the Dubois rematch, but it won't be on February 22nd. I think we have to see how December the 21st unfolds, and then make a decision after that. Expect to see AJ in the ring next May or June. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will have their own rematch on December the 21st. So that's what Eddie Hearn's talking about when he says, I think we should see how December the 21st unfolds. Anyway, for years, rumors of Joshua and Fury potentially battling have persisted, only for nothing to come to fruition. Yet Hearn has suggested there remains a possibility the two Britons will fight in what would be one of the biggest showdowns in the sport's entire history. It would be frustrating if we made the Dubois rematch and Fury won, he added. Then we're sitting there going, hang on a minute, we're fighting Dubois, but we could have fought Fury in May for the biggest fight in boxing. Win or lose, we can fight next summer. But if he wins, AJ fights him for the world title. Dubois, meanwhile, has been on cloud nine ever since his victory over Joshua. He recently decided to call out Jake Paul after the 27-year-old beat Mike Tyson at the AT&T Stadium in Texas last weekend. Addressing that decision, he said, we messaged him and decided to call him out. Even though it is publicity, you never know what can happen in this sport. It is strange times. He said he's going to speak to Frank Warren. So my days, Dubois actually did call out Jake Paul. Bro, what is going on? Heavyweight champion of the world calling out a YouTuber. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. I don't know how people can actually look at that Jake Paul and Tyson fight and actually think that it was real stuff as well. After we know Tyson's gone into the acting world anyway. And oh my days, Jake Paul is just getting all this validation. I might make a video about that one another time, but this is ridiculous. A man's calling out Jake Paul and you're a heavyweight champion of the world. But when I'm reading through this interview and I'm looking what he said, if we decided to make the Dubois fight and Tyson Fury wins, then it's like, hold on a minute, we're fighting Dubois, we could be fighting Tyson. But then if you fight Dubois and beat Dubois and get the IBF title and Fury wins, he'll be the holder of all the other belts. So you and Fury will then be undisputed. But the way Eddie's talking is one or the other. Either fight Dubois or wait a while and try and fight Tyson Fury for his titles if he wins. So for me, this is definitely cash out year. There's no desire anymore to become undisputed world heavyweight champion. This is about making the biggest fight for the biggest money for the last 1 or 2 times. And then it's done. So I think Anthony Joshua is going to retire after 2025. But I think he should retire right now. I think he should just done with it now. Forget about it, bro. You've made bare dough, my good man. You've won. Be a winner. Stay a winner. You've got your faculties. Everything is going well for you in that sense. Don't worry about going out on the back of a loss. If anything, push for Deontay Wilder. Everybody still wants to see that fight. Go and push for that fight, because I believe you will still knock out that Donny. Push for that fight. I heard you say something about that on the socials the other day about, oh yeah, Deontay Wilder, something. Push for that and go for that. So that's the latest news with Anthony Joshua and his situation. Daniel Dubois is a joke, but he's calling out Jake Paul, making a ridiculous farce of the sport. You deserve a clap, but you're too big, so I can't come and clap you. But you get me. You deserve a beating, rude boy. And your pooper forget clapped up if he ain't telling you to stay away from that circus. You think Jake Paul's gonna fight you? Are you dumb? If you lot think Jake Paul's gonna fight somebody that's actually a boxer, then you lot have lost your mind. He's already done that with Tommy Fury and he got smacked up. You think he's gonna do that with someone who's actually a champion or a contender? Are you dumb? There's no way he beat Tyson legitimately. That was all acting. Stupid people. Anyway, that's enough of that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.